3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Kevin.
And I'm Eric. Why? Why are you laughing?
Sorry. I was trying to
clear his throat.
Yeah, clear my throat.
Let's get ready.
Exactly. And today we have a very exclusive. I'm watching right now, bro.
We have a special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name's Angela Hui. I'm a writer, journalist, and author. Author of Takeaway, which is right behind me, which is a huge honor.
Which we will definitely be talking about today.
Yeah, that's the OG background book.
Yeah, apparently some people have been noticing it in the background. Very observant people in there nowadays, right?
How was your Christmas?
It was good, chill. I feel like it was a really nice Christmas because it was like the first time like COVID situations. Like last year my mum had COVID, so I was like weird kind of waving through at the door. So this year was like small, intimate, but just nice. And then we had hot pot.
Yeah,
of
course hot pot is like an annual thing.
Yeah, 100%. Do you guys have hot pot on the Christmas day, or do you have like
no, so
English?
It's a mix. So Christmas Day is like English, well, Welsh for me. I mean, this is exactly the same.
I was going to say, what's Christmas dinner?
It's probably like, no, there is no difference. No, it's just like, traditional Christmas dinner, turkey, gravy, that kind of thing. And then Boxing Day is always hot pot. So we always have a...
Our one's very different. Like, we always do hot pot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But in terms of adding Christmas dinner and actually doing Christmas dinner, that's kind of depends how we feel. Like we always do like hot pot on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. Basically on Christmas Eve, but it runs into Christmas Day as well because of the extras, right? Because there's so much food. But occasionally it depends how we feel. We might do a Christmas dinner as well. But we substitute the turkey for a chicken. My family just hates turkey.
Never have English dinner for every English Christmas.
It's so dry though. Turkey is just but the problem is I'm probably gonna offend a lot of people. But like it's just the way that you prepare the turkey. It's like shove it in the oven, roast it for like hours, and then obviously the skin and the meat is gonna get dry. So you either like want to baste it or like you would brine it the night before so you get all the flavors in it.
Chef. Some of those words I didn't even understand what they meant.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, I feel like Western like Christmas dinner is just so overrated. It's just all shoved in the oven, and you can have so much more. Like I've seen people who've done a kind of Asian Chinese Christmas dinner.
What's that?
Like kind of like a mix. So you have like glutinous turkey rice.
Okay.
So it's like you stuff it with glutinous rice, and it's so good. Like you steam it instead. Yeah.
You stuff the turkey with rice.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like it's good. So like like lo mai gai, like as you would have that, but like that stuffing, which is like the glutinous, like when you know for dim sum, the thing in the lotus rice,
the lotus leaf
the
thing.
one you mentioned, right?
Yeah. So it's like
I heard that before.
Sticky rice and like pork, and then there's like shiitake mushrooms and spring onions, and then it's like a soy sauce. But you stuff that inside, you get like good turkey rice.
I want to try that actually. That sounds
good.
Asian adaptation, man. I guess my family's all like creative.
That sounds really interesting. Wow.
Do you know what? Surprisingly enough, I used to like the turkey back in school. I don't know why, but I just really used to like the turkey back in school. Cut into thin slices.
You had turkey
man.
at school, bro?
But Christmas dinner.
I think I had that too.
Yeah, it's cut race thin. I used to like it.
Nah, bro.
It's kind of like Toby Carvery style. Have you ever?
Oh my gosh, yeah, we went there recently.
We went there like
we literally went there in
like
December.
that, I think.
I think for the first time it was actually really good.
Yeah.
The people.
What's your choice of meat though?
I got everything.
Yeah, this guy is literally.
No, don't say that because I didn't get the big plate because I was trying to save money. I got the small. You know how you can choose different sizes? I got the small plate. I regretted it because I saw some people with like 2 Yorkshire puddings, like 2 big Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
And then one of our friends literally like, what a waste of money. I could see half of his plate was still there. Owen.
Oh, this was recently, isn't it?
Owen, isn't it? It was Owen. We had like a literally. Yeah, it was recently. Owen had like a whole
went to
plate.
Devon and we had a Christmas dinner in Toby's Carvery. And yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of food.
Yeah, it was a lot of food.
Crazy.
It was good though. It was really good.
Yeah, it's good value,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Your do you like to introduce your project? You're thinking, you're the Chinese takeaway?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm in the middle of doing, well, I feel like I'm always constantly doing different projects, being a journalist and a writer. But this one I wanted to kind of, so I've done, my book Takeaway. So I grew up in a Chinese takeaway for those who don't know. And it was in, our Chinese takeaway was called Lucky Star in the South Wales Valleys. And then they closed it in 2018, so just before COVID. And then it just made me think like throughout COVID, especially like, the height of anti-Asian hate, and I had all this free time kind of walking around in my local area, and one of the only few places that were only open were like takeaway businesses.
Yeah.
So like your pizza shop or like the Indian or the like various takeaways, and then just walking around seeing so many Chinese takeaways, like all the beautiful signs and menus, and they had like all these like plastic barriers up, but there was they're still working despite
grinding.
exactly
Those
despite
plastic barriers were
everything.
serious stuff,
I
by the way. The
know.
makeshift, they were like serious like COVID barriers. It's crazy.
And so like I started this Instagram project, like Chinese Takeaways UK, just kind of documenting them and just celebrating them, because they are beautiful, even though they look like a time capsule. Like a lot of them haven't changed since like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And so this project, I really wanted to just interview different Chinese takeaway families, and they've been on a massive decline in the last 5 or probably like in the last decade, I'd say. Mainly because online delivery apps, you get more choice now. Before, back in the 80s, you probably only get like an Indian takeaway or a pizza. But I really wanted to kind of celebrate them and talk to owners and families, like what their life was like. And a lot of them are kind of going this like fork roads, like similar to what my parents went through. Like, do we sell? Do we pass it on to the next generation? Like, what do we do? But like a lot of them, they don't have any of the skills. Like, takeaway is their life, and they it's quite hard. And even though my parents like retired. I say retired. They're like semi-retired. They still work at other people's takeaways on their evenings and weekends.
Other people's takeaways.
I'll tell you, they can't stop.
So
They can't stop
they're not
working,
going to
man.
stop. So like my cousins,
ingrained into their soul.
Yeah. So like my cousins, aunties, uncles are like family friends takeaways. So they just do it because I think my mum retired for like 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks. Like, I'm bored now. Like
It's the nostalgia,
I need to,
yeah. The nostalgia.
She's like,
working.
I think she just like likes to be busy, and I think she'll like work until she dies probably. So,
Don't laugh at that.
No,
but
no,
like they're so hardworking.
yeah.
Like I think she just likes being busy.
They don't like be sitting there.
She doesn't like being sitting there, and she's like, oh, like I just want to do something. So, and I think she just loves cooking, and I think that's just what they'll do. So,
What's your parents' like best dish?
oh my
You
god.
love asking that question whenever you hear someone at a table.
No,
love it.
honestly.
I mean, I put it in the book, which I had to like prize from my dad's possession because he's like, I don't want anyone to know about this, but the ribs, like he's so good at these like sticky ribs. And they're like, I can't really describe them. They're not like your kind of takeaway ribs. So they're like soft and they fall off the bone. They're like slowly cooked for like hours, and it's a bit like salty, spicy, sweet, sticky. It's like a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And he uses like so many condiments. It's like, I think it's like ketchup in it, sweet and sour, oyster sauce.
ketchup?
Yeah, there's ketchup in it.
not expecting
But there's
that.
he just like grabs like the whole condiments and then just chucks it all in. But it just works, and it's so good.
Love to try it.
Oh, it's amazing. And I think my mum, she's like incredible at everything. So I don't know what, but oh my god, this is really hard.
You know what's impressive is that you were able to like note down the like ingredients and how much of what to put in.
It was so hard. Like honestly, when I was doing the recipe testing for the recipes in the book, that was the hardest part of the book. Everyone was asking me like, "Oh, it must be really hard, writing your story. It must be really emotional." Like, no. Like recipe testing, cooking with your Asian parents is the hardest thing.
They can't give you accurate measurements.
Because they can't give you accurate measurements.
I went home the literally before Christmas, and my dad was teaching me how to make all of his sauces. I just videoed him because
That's a smart move.
That's
He wasn't giving me no measurements, nothing. He's like,
No.
he had literally a ladle.
Yeah.
And then obviously he has the
but
little
what is a
salts and
ladle?
then-
Yeah.
And
They
then
all
just
do it
grabs
by eye,
from
that's
like-
why.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Like,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wish I could learn like some of the food my mum makes, right?
Yeah.
But she's like, the way she judges it is literally everything's by eye.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to learn?
Yeah.
So I'm not really motivated to learn. If like literally, I'm gonna have to like every time I ask you for measurements, she's like, you put it in, you try it.
You gotta learn, man.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your Christmas dinners.
Yeah, I know. I need,
literally
there's
just gonna be
a
nothing.
specific dish I need to learn from my mom, and and to make sure I learn it at some point. Like everyone asks me about it, and it's Vietnamese pho,
Yeah.
beef pho. So I need to learn that recipe from my mom. But like aside from the basics things you put in, the amount probably changes every time she does it, like according to what she thinks is right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could learn
They cook
it.
by taste, they cook by everything.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
but like
mine knows nothing.
I know like my mum when I'm like trying to learn like folding dumplings or something or like folding wontons for something, and she'll see me like do it pathetically. She's like, no, like this isn't how you do it, and then like grab my hands like doing like this, and then basically nudging me out the way. I'm like, I will do it.
Yeah.
Like when do you get to learn? You know, when your
You're wasting the
parents are
pastry,
like,
you're ripping it all up.
Yeah.
Literally.
I take ages to roll like a summer roll. But it looks good though. My summer rolls, they look like impeccable.
Yeah.
It's just, it takes really long for me to roll it right.
Wow. I never knew you did that.
No, I did it when I was in Vietnam or whenever like
When
my
you
family
making
wants to
it
do
for
like
me
a,
then?
huh?
When are you going to make it for me?
Learn to make it yourself. No, I just
I
like,
just make it.
no,
Don't
like
worry about it, bro.
you roll those yourself. Do you know when you're like with a Vietnamese family and you're making your summer rolls? Like you got like, you know, the leaves, the veggies, the prawns or the meat or whatever. It's all at the center of the table. Everything's on their own dish, on their own plate. You have to grab, or a bowl. You grab what you need, you put it in and you start rolling it. You roll it yourself. No one rolls it for you. No, nobody rolls it for you.
Is that your life motto? Nobody rolls. That's so good. I love it.
Nah, nobody's rolling it for you. We should one day when my family does it, I'll invite you over.
Alright,
But you roll it yourself, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna grill you about it. Though.
All right, okay. I will say, do you think takeaway shops are going to die out then eventually?
I don't know. Like, so many people have asked me this because, you know, they were created like when our parents started takeaways, it was for survival, right? They didn't do it because they loved it. They did it because they had no other option. English probably wasn't the best, and you know they didn't have as they probably had an education or like a life wherever they were based. You know, in Hong Kong or China or Malaysia, they probably had a better job there. And then coming to the UK, you know that they can't bring those qualifications or whatever to the UK because they can't speak English and it's very difficult for them. So I think it's very different time back then compared to like how to run a business now. I think running any hospitality business now is just extremely hard because there's like the overheads are insane, you know, food prices have gone up and you know, electricity bills have gone up, like everything has gone up. It's just incredibly difficult and there's more competition. So I think they still can run, but they just have to be so much savvier now compared to when my parents ran it. You know, it's not just it's not just like, oh, we've got food, open up a shop, put a sign on it. Now it's all about, you know, social media, how we're going to market it, food bloggers, literally. And you know, trying to get people in. There's just so many more factors now.
Yeah, the competition is crazy now.
Exactly,
way more than it used to be.
I think it's just with Chinese takeaways, there's such an old school kind of establishment that a lot of them are still cash only. A lot of them don't have digital presence, and a lot of them are like, you know, outside rural towns. They're still very much, they're so important still, even if you go to, you know, very small like British like beach seaside towns or like somewhere in the mountains or coastal areas, and you still see a Chinese takeaway wherever you are, even in the most remote places, and they still serve a purpose. You know, so many people have you know, they come for their regular takeaway every week, and it's just heartwarming to kind of see a Chinese takeaway wherever you are.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know what the future is because I feel like it's a lot of the next generation, you know, they don't want to work at their back-breaking jobs, standing on your feet like, you know, 16 odd hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a hard job. And
have you ever thought about opening one?
I don't think I will. I mean,
have a name and the whole legacy
God.
about it.
No, but like I've done a few like supper clubs and a few like food events, and then being back in the kitchen, like being on your feet all day, and I'm like, oh, I'm old now, right? So like things are starting to click, things are hurting. You're like, oh my God, how do my parents do this like non-stop?
Yeah, they're literally like superhuman when it comes to working their takeaway.
So I always have like the utmost respect for like anyone who works in the kitchen or anyone who works in hospitality, because you can see like how hard it is. And it's like when everyone else has time off, you know, the evenings or the weekends, they're grinding away.
Yeah.
So
24/7.
Yeah,
there
exactly.
all day long. Taking cash only.
Taking cash only.
Cash only, yeah.
But I think what's amazing is they've still managed to kind of not survive, but just like kind of thrive in that environment with no digital presence and still cash only, you know, and there's still pockets of, you know, UK and various places around the world that still operates that, you know, where cash is king, and they're still able to operate without any kind of online.
That just shows how important they are in the communities, right? Literally, they're able to survive just with word of mouth, and you know. Yeah,
but Chinese takeaways are kind of ingrained in our culture, right? It's part of the culture now. Like along with like, you know, when you talk about UK food, you can't really you name all these different, literally non-English foods and places.
Yeah,
and Chinese takeaway becomes it's like Chinese food is a part of that now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you remember that whole
the TikTok thing?
I
knew you were going to say it.
What TikTok thing?
It's coming back around again. I keep getting tagged in it, and I'm like, what?
What?
It's the whole. There was like a whole thing last year about like UK Chinese takeaway versus US takeout.
Oh.
And everyone was just like disgusted by, like, a lot of Americans were disgusted by British Chinese takeaway. And they were just like, what is chicken balls? Like, what is curry sauce? I was like, I don't get it.
Only if they tried it, man. Honestly,
they
it's
don't
so
get
good.
it. Like, I think the difference is that, you know, British Chinese takeaways is a lot of them, they came in the 60s, like after the war. Probably earlier than that. They took over old fish and chip shops, so like Jewish fish and chip shops. So that's why they have.
Oh, interesting.
That's why they have, you know, chip shops as well as like a Chinese takeaway section. So that's why you get like chips and curry sauce, sweet and sour sauce, egg fried rice, so like all in like one tray, drizzled all over. And I think that's the best part of it. Like everyone loves chips, everyone loves the like Friday supper kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it's depending on tastes. Like British people's tastes, they love fried things, they love beige. Whereas like in America, it's more restaurants that also offer a takeaway. So it's just like, that's why they have more space for like wok chefs as well. They could offer like, you know, things like General Tso's and like orange chicken or like beef and broccoli. Whereas UK is like smaller. It's just like a takeaway space. You take the food home to eat at home. So there's the differences, I think. But a lot of people are just disgusted by curry sauce. But I'm like, no, curry sauce is
I
great.
like curry sauce. I love curry sauce.
Different, man. It hits
Chinese curry sauce hits different. It does hit
Exactly.
different.
And like the reason why we have curry sauce here is because of, you know, colonialization from, you know, the UK's history with borrowing from like India, taking stuff as well. So that's why there's a lot of overlap and like fusion kind of food.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Chinese curry sauce is so good.
Oh, it's really good.
Everyone has their own favorite, and I think my dad makes the best.
Oh, now I can say my dad makes that.
Everyone's always like, my dad makes the best curry sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone has their favorites, and I love it.
Let you guys bring it in one time and I'll try it and see which one's better.
Yeah. We should do
So
that.
I got a
Curry
question.
sauce off. You know.
So this one, this is just a question. I'm not sure if I'm going to get grilled for it, but would you say Chinese takeaway food is proper Chinese food?
See, I think it is. You know what I mean? Like it's even though people are like, oh, it's not authentic, it's not the real deal. But like it's Chinese food created by Chinese people. And it's adapted from what they knew from, you know, Dai Pai Dongs from Hong Kong or in the, you know, street food in Asian countries. And they've used that kind of, you know, wok frying, stir frying, like wok hei technique. And then brought it over to the UK. And then the UK, you know, it doesn't have very good, like it's got different ingredients compared to, you know, Hong Kong is very like big on pork and seafood, whereas like in the UK, not so much. So they used what was available. So that's why there's a lot of tinned things. So it's like bamboo shoots, like water chestnuts, like hardier vegetables, like onions and peppers. So that's why they kind of feature a lot of like sweet and sours, like black beans. And I think it's just like adaptability, you know, like Chinese people are smart with what they're using and they're able to never waste stuff. So that's how chop suey was invented. It's actually because chop suey is called, well, it means like dap soy, which is just like odds and ends of like whatever's on the back of the fridge.
What's that?
So chop suey is just like stir fried mixed vegetables, and then it's like this almost like a gravy, like brown sauce, like thickened together. So that's where like chop suey comes from. It's just using whatever bits and bobs of the leftover, because back then it was, you know, no one had much access to like fresh food then. And that's where, you know, and I think it is Chinese food, but it's just like it's created its own path and its own unique thing. So I don't think it should be shat upon, you know, like a lot of people are like, oh, they look down on it, it's not the real deal, it's not like hand pulled noodles. But I think it's born from a place of like survival, but also innovation. You know, a lot of people have used various bits to kind of create its own new thing. And they knew what people liked then. So they, you know, there was in the UK, it's a really big thing to go for your weekly Friday chip shop meal. So that's why they kind of incorporate the two together. You can also get your chips, but you can also get, you know, a new egg fried rice and some noodles as well, and bring it together, which I think it's amazing.
Oh no, it definitely is. It's just because of the adaptation though, that, you know, like obviously Chinese food in takeaways is usually adapted to suit the white people that they serve. That I've heard people say, oh, like, is it even like proper Chinese food because of that? But no, I think it is. It's like you said, it's a part of, you know, that long history of them improving their dishes to survive over in the UK or in America or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
What you, Kev?
No, definitely, I definitely agree. I think it's. I mean, when we cook at home though, like just before we open up, it is slightly different.
Yeah.
But it's more traditional kind of Chinese food. But I wouldn't say the Chinese takeaway food is not Chinese food.
No, exactly. And I think it's I was going to say something there. I forgot.
Don't worry, we can cut out.
No, it's like you said, it's adapted to Western tastes.
Yeah.
And
The white lens.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's smart for them to do that. In a
no,
way,
100%.
Because imagine that, in a small, ex-mining village in Wales, my family were like, oh yeah, let's serve like chicken feet or like steamed seafood. I was like,
imagine.
can you imagine people eating that? They were like so scared off. And I think my parents would probably be out of business, you know. So
Such a controversial dish.
Exactly.
Such a controversial dish. When I tell my friends about it, like when some of my friends, when they watch the video and I mention chicken feet, they're like, nah. Nah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, chicken feet is not for the taste. It's a textural dish. And I think that's why people
I
are
like
like
the taste.
scared about it. But it looks scary, It's like a, Fulton's Hour is like a big claw. And but I think I prefer the marinated, the cold version, which is I think it's the Thai style version.
That's the best one.
I prefer that
That's
version.
the best one. No, I agree with you 100%.
So good.
He
I don't like that
disagrees
one.
though. He disagrees.
Nah, I like the black bean one. Not gonna lie.
Nah,
to you.
I don't know. You know what? I just really like. I've said this so many times in our like previous videos, but I just love the Thai style feng jiao.
Yeah.
But like, it's just everything about it. Like that the vegetables, everything, it just works together really well.
It's so good.
sauce,
It's
everything.
refreshing.
Yeah, I know, but I can't get like. Don't get me wrong. I like the other one as well. It's
This
just
guy's just a hater. When
no.
When I say he just
no,
like
no,
yo,
I
no,
like
no,
it.
no.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like you can agree. Can you back that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need your help just to prove why I love my dish so much.
No,
It's just
it's
better.
good. I think I prefer it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not better. They're both good. But
they're better. It's better. We don't need to lie about that.
What's your like go-to Chinese takeaway
Oh.
dishes? If you were to order, what would you get?
okay.
You put her on the spot.
I know.
This is not-
Look at the Chinese takeaway connoisseur out here.
She is.
Oh my god, this is really difficult. I love a prawn toast.
Prawn toast, yeah.
Prawn toast,
Stars.
forever.
All right, that's a good.
My parents always did the best prawn toast because they did lay it on the prawn. They're not skimping on the prawn. It's like a good thick layer,
It's good
and then
thick
the bread is like a thick bread. It has to be a thick, like doorstop white bread, and then covered in sesame.
Just keep in mind,
I
I haven't
love
eaten yet.
crispy seaweed.
Oh, I love
we never
crispy
sold it at ours because my mum was like, "Oh, it's too math." I'm like, "Fuck that," so she never made it.
I've heard
Which
that the
means,
crispy
like-
seaweed's not actually seaweed.
No, it's not. It's cabbage.
Cabbage,
It's
yeah,
cabbage.
Wait.
No, I was confused. My mom told me
It's
this. I was like,
cabbage.
what?
Yeah,
Wait.
it's shredded cabbage with like sugar, salt,
Yeah,
and then
food
deep
coloring.
fry.
That's false
like, really, really
advertisement.
fine.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
it is.
It looks like seaweed.
No, it
but
does.
That's false
it
advertisement.
does look like seaweed. It's like dark,
Yeah,
black.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's insane.
But yeah, it's cabbage.
Now
I
you know.
Now you know.
That is false advertisement at its finest.
Yeah, but
is
no
so
one's gonna
much.
order crispy cabbage.
No, I'd order it.
No, you wouldn't.
But
If
you
you
know-
see it on the menu, people are like, nah, I don't
Nah.
want crispy cabbage. That
But to
sounds
be fair,
too healthy.
yeah, crispy seaweed just sounds a whole lot better.
Exactly.
But it's just funny. It's just funny how that's just falsely advertised.
I never knew as well.
Yeah.
Like, until recently.
Yeah, crispy seaweed.
I always hated the takeaway. That's why I never really indulged myself in that kind of environment.
So what other dishes would you say? you like?
And then I think a crispy beef, that whole like strands of
Shredded crispy beef.
battered,
I'm seeing a pattern here.
battered. Yeah, exactly.
Crispy.
And it's it's got like it's almost like a spicy kind of sweet and sour sauce,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
chilies and peppers in it and onions. And what else? Oh, I like lemon chicken, That's
Lemon
very
chicken?
yeah. A lot of people
Yeah, that's a
find it's too sweet, but
Yeah.
I love it. There's something about like the sweet and the like super
That's
sharp.
is that like our equivalent to orange chicken? I never really had orange chicken, but I would assume that's
I don't know. I'm trying to think now.
because orange
I'm
chicken.
sure they will have
very
a
different,
maybe because it's like a glossy like sauce that would
Yeah.
coat it. But I think the orange chicken, I've never had a Panda Express or
Yeah.
orange chicken. I've never had a US takeout, so I can't compare.
Mm.
But I feel like it would be more like within the batter, like it's just more of like a sauce you kind of coat it. Whereas I think the lemon chicken is like drowning in sauce.
Drowning, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really thick, like yellow blob.
Yeah, literally.
And then obviously chicken balls. I love a
Chicken
chicken
balls.
ball. Yeah, and we used to like twice fry ours.
Twice fried.
Yeah, so you get like
Your
the.
takeaway's legit,
I
man.
know,
It's like,
it was
wow.
so good. No, I loved it. My mum always like, wanted to make better and she wanted to try it. She always like introduced new dishes as
Yeah.
well. I think that's what's another thing that's so amazing about takeaways is I don't think a lot of people realize it's a lot of people's first introduction to Chinese food. Especially when you're in like these very, very white outposts in the UK, in like very small communal areas where, you only have like a population of like 3,000 to 5,000 people. So it's small. Like it's a place where, everyone knows each other and, everyone so-and-so is going out with that person. Like it's a very small knit community. And that's probably their introduction to Chinese food or Indian food.
Yeah.
And they'll probably, order like an egg fried rice and then a chow mein, and then they'll come back like, oh, I really love that. I want to try something new.
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of expand their, taste and then learn something more from it. They're like, oh, maybe I'll try black bean, or maybe I'll try satay. And then they'll go on from there. And then I think that's what's amazing as well. It's also like an educational thing too.
Definitely.
And so my parents always like kind of slowly introduced like specials, like taking stuff off and putting whatever was, what people ordered a lot of, or took some stuff away. But yeah, our chicken balls are amazing. Twice fried.
And that's why there's 200 items on the menu.
Yeah. So
200 plus
No, but
items.
do you know what the thing is with Chinese takeaways? Like, they have massive menus. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Their menus are huge, and you wouldn't. And there's not that many people working in there. Yet somehow, whenever you order a dish, the dish there's nothing wrong with the quality. Like the dish still tastes amazing. They all
I'm
taste
surprised
amazing.
they're able to just like memorize they just know.
They know it by numbers though. They know primarily
No, I mean,
by
like,
Do you still know all the numbers?
Nah, don't even touch
This guy was the worst
Nah,
worker.
I'm the worst.
He
I
literally,
could not,
what
I
did you
could
do
not.
again? You literally just stood behind the desk.
Yeah, I just did lid duty. I told you, and then peel
Yeah.
potatoes, and then sometimes that's it.
I keep bringing this. I always throw the shade here, but this is how even though he works in a
Oh, and
Chinese.
deliveries. I did deliveries. That's it.
Yeah.
Deliveries are fun though.
Yeah.
I love deliveries.
I had so many.
That's
I
the only
just,
way he
like,
could benefit the business.
Yeah, I had a lot of stories. For example, like one of them, I just left the whole bag there. Like even the
Oh yeah,
takeaway
I've
bag.
done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to drive all the way back just to get the bag and everything. Sometimes
Wow.
I just gave them the food and just not take the money.
That's so stupid.
Yeah, don't. This is like my first time. Do you know what I mean?
How would you forget the money? That's like the most important part.
I just here you go. Have a nice day, and then just
This guy was just happy. He's like,
yeah.
I'm getting my first delivery out of the way.
literally.
And then he gets the money. Your parents must have been
my
so
No, they hate me.
bad.
They hate me. It's like just go home, Kevin. Just like just go
You have one
whatever.
job. Drive there.
Literally, that's what they say.
Deliver
You
the
have one
food. Come
job.
home.
You have one job.
Get the money. Sorry.
Yeah.
And come home.
That's it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Do your parents just have? Is it just your parents working in
It's
the
my
takeaway?
parents now. Yeah. And
Do they
then-
still do deliveries?
Yeah. We have a delivery driver, and then also sometimes
Better off without him.
Yeah, honestly.
You're so mean.
I went back.
I'm only getting him back.
I went back right during Christmas, and obviously it's a busy
Yeah,
period.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, mom, do you need help?" He's like, "No, like we don't want you in the kitchen.
We don't need you."
Like you're just gonna like make everything longer, like delay everything. You're
Oh,
just in the
that's
way."
horrible.
And I was like, "Yeah, you're probably right about that." So.
I'll give you a story about Kevin. So
Wait, what do you know about me?
wait. So, all right, I find this funny personally, right? But considering he worked in a takeaway, you'd expect him, to be in the kitchen a lot, doing particular chores, making food, washing dishes, whatnot in the kitchen. Yeah, you'd expect that. So in university, this is our first year of university, and this is how I knew he barely did anything in the takeaway. The one time he washed dishes. I think this was the first time he ever washed dishes in his life because he came out the very next day with rash from washing
No,
dishes.
bro,
A
I
rash?
swear it was the gloves. They're
No,
not
it wasn't the
wearing
gloves. It
latex
wasn't the gloves.
Wait, did he wear gloves or not gloves?
I don't think I wore gloves.
I don't think you wore gloves, but he washed dishes and he got a rash, and I've never seen that in my life.
Yeah, but you could be allergic to like.
Yeah, it could be allergic to soap, bro.
Does it happen now?
No,
Well, it's
I'm-
fairy liquid. You don't get what?
Bro, please, why you put me on the bus like this now?
No, I just clocked. It was fairy liquid. You're not allergic to fairy liquid.
I
I've
mean,
seen
There's
you use it
something
now.
there we can test.
Yeah,
We
it.
can test it now, but nothing's gonna happen. I just know his hands are so sensitive. I think
Bro,
if you compare them now,
I
he
used to
probably
sit
has.
in the cold, peeling potatoes until my parents realized, oh, we could just buy pre-cut potatoes.
They don't
I'm like,
trust.
yeah,
you
well-
can buy pre. Oh yeah, I guess you can.
They don't
buy-
trust his
yeah,
cutting
yeah,
skills.
yeah.
No, because I used to peel them, or then we also had, because when the machine was broken, the potato peeler machine, it was broken. I had to do it by hand. It's like literally, like sacks,
Yeah.
like 20-kilo sacks of potatoes. I had to go through all them.
I'm surprised you
That
didn't just
was-
deal with the money. You're really good with like fig numbers and whatnot.
Huh?
I'm surprised you
Are
didn't
you,
deal
are
with
you
money.
being like a stereotypical?
No,
Yeah,
no.
You're
literally.
gonna
No,
buy-
We had a
Not even.
machine, bro.
Not
We
even.
elevated from the pen and paper, okay?
I just thought right. You'd be like, because you're really good with numbers.
Nah, it's Kumon.
I
It's
thought-
Kumon. It's Kumon.
Huh? What?
Come on.
What's that?
I never did that.
Never did Kumon.
No.
What's Kumon?
It's like extra classes
Yeah.
for maths.
Forced to do it.
Yeah, a lot of Asians do
yeah,
it.
he's good, but he's really.
I
I'll be
used to
real with
cheat
you.
though.
Oh,
So
oh.
we also had the answer booklet. So my parents would pay for the papers, and I just fill out the paper with the answer booklet. So I never actually did any work.
Well, regardless, he's good at maths.
Yeah.
In fact, like I know his cousins as well. And literally all of them are working in accountant.
Wow. That's like the dream Asian
And
job,
look
right?
at me.
Yeah, he's straight. He's straight.
Yeah,
He's working
he's straight.
He's straight. He's a
I decided to do
graphic
like,
design.
graphic design. Like, I don't know what it translates to in Chinese. Do you know?
Wah wah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is like
I'm saying
drawing.
wah wah. Isn't that
Wah
Vietnamese?
wah. No, wah wah is like
Yeah.
drawing.
I think they use that same term.
But I
my
don't know
parents.
what graphic
Vietnamese
design
and
is.
Cantonese are very
Vietnamese.
similar. Yeah,
I might be wrong, right? But I don't know. Maybe my mum and dad sometimes use some Chinese Chinese terms, and I thought it was Vietnamese. But I've heard
There's a
them
lot of
use.
similarities.
There is a lot of
yeah.
similarities.
Nah, I might be wrong. Maybe they use it as they use that Chinese phrase, and I associate it with Vietnamese. I could be wrong, but I've heard it, and I know what it means. It's to do drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
Probably
don't know
so.
what graphic design is. Maybe
Yeah.
it's something.
No, I don't.
it's hard explaining it sometimes, to my parents.
Oh, my parents don't know what I do. They're like, "What? You're a gay day?" But like, they think it's a gay day is like journalist, but they're like, they don't understand journalism. They're like, you're either a paparazzi or like, I don't know, working in like BBC.
Yeah.
So it's
I
either
thought
that.
that'd be easier to explain.
Yeah,
though.
no, but they for like ages they're like, oh, you either work at BBC or you're either a paparazzi. Like there's no
Yeah.
in between. So it's like and paparazzi is 搞仔隊, which means like a dog. I can't remember. Yeah, like a dog. Kind
I
of
love the
hounding.
language confusion
Yeah.
with parents. I just remember.
Cantonese, yeah, is so literal sometimes, and it's a crazy language actually. Now I think about it.
No, I just love like when you have like those misunderstandings with your parents about like certain like English phrases, because obviously they're not fully accustomed to the English language yet, and it just brings me back to like when I stayed at his house and I heard a conversation between him and his mum. Every time I think about it, I laugh because I was staying over and he was telling his mum what we're gonna do today, and we're gonna film the podcast, right? And then he's talking with his mum. He's like, "Oh yeah, mum, I'm gonna go do the podcast today." She's like, "Oh, you're going hot pot?" And he's like, "No, mum. We're gonna go film the podcast." And literally, the whole conversation was back and forth. It just made me laugh.
I feel like my parents still don't know what I do. Yeah,
It just
I showed them some clips. They're
I
like,
think
oh,
it's better that way. You
Yeah,
know,
true,
when
true,
our
true.
parents know so much about our lives, it's weird.
Yeah, him and his mum got such a sweet relationship. It's so funny to me when I see them interact sometimes. And I'm like, I love it. It's just funny.
Yeah.
Not in a negative way. It's just funny. It brightens my day a bit. I can't even lie to you.
Do you like? Obviously, I'm in London and my parents are in Blackpool. Do you still like talk to them a lot?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I go back. I try to go back to Wales once a month.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I try to see them a lot, but sometimes busy. I don't often, but I try to go back often.
Yeah.
And I think it's like as you get older, you realize like, oh, your parents aren't as like young and sprightly anymore. So I want to, just spend time with them. And they're now, semi-retired, so they have more time to actually, hang out and actually just eat
Yeah.
and go for dim sum. And,
Oh, I want dim sum.
yeah, and it's just really nice to be able to just hang out. But they go to Hong Kong next week for like 6 months. So they like
wow.
6 months.
yeah, they usually go for like a long period.
Oh, damn.
So they like split up between.
What's the community like over there in Wales? Like the Chinese
It's quite
community?
small.
Yeah.
Like it's mainly made up of my family. I'm not even kidding. My dad's side of the family have such a big family.
Really?
Like my dad
Wow.
is 9 siblings.
Yeah, that's an
And,
Asian family.
yeah,
for you.
exactly. Like 9 siblings, and they all got kids, cousins,
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing. And they're huge.
Take over Wales.
Yeah, and then my auntie used to be, I don't know if she still does, but she used to like organize the Welsh like community like
damn.
Asian
nice.
community services. And mainly it's just like the big gambling community.
Of course, gambling.
Everyone meets up for like Mahjong
Yeah,
every
Mahjong, yeah.
Tuesday because that's why Chinese takeaways are closed on Tuesdays, so they can go gamble. I'm not even kidding. Like that's all they could do. But like,
Only the Welsh people who knew.
Yeah.
but no, it's because working at the kitchen, it's a very stressful job. It's high pressure, high intensity, and then they're working until like 1 a.m. that kind of thing. And a lot of them they don't drink, so they either have there's nothing open, especially
Yeah.
in Wales, and there's not that much to do. So they're like, oh, let's just go meet for a casino. So they go to have a mahjong club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
In the casino.
Yeah, they go to the casino.
Yeah. Do you know what?
And a
These
lot of them
Chinese,
have,
they
like,
cater
just-
towards Chinese so
Yeah,
much.
they really do. They really do.
Yeah, I remember.
And
New
like you
Year's.
can just hear like all the clacking tiles like everywhere, like rooms full of them. But yeah, like
I remember when I was a kid, they used to close. Yeah, they would close on Tuesdays, but then they opened the mahjong table at the front in the lobby where they serve, and it's just like customers walking past and like, what is closed?
what is that noise?
Yeah, what is that noise clacking? It's crazy. Yeah.
Can you guys play mahjong?
No.
No.
Ah,
I learned
guys.
if I play, like if I'm there, and then I'll pick it up again. But like, it's not like a.
I need to teach you.
Yeah.
We told you, we went Devon with our friends. It was like a massive group of us. and some of them would play Mahjong.
Yeah.
And then they'll obviously invite us to play, and we will literally like, well, for me, in my case, I'd be like, yeah, nah, there's no way I'm picking up. I've never picked up like gambling games like poker, blackjack. I've never been good at that type of stuff. And plus,
It's in my blood, bro.
my luck is
Yeah,
terrible.
same. I was like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
If you come from like a gambling family, you know, you learn from that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
I've just never been a part of that. Even though I'm Vietnamese, I've just never been a part of it. You'd expect me to be a part of that culture, but I really ain't.
2024, new year, new hobbies.
Not even my family.
Exactly.
My family don't meet up like that anymore. We don't have those big meetings anymore. So there's no gamblings happening. The only gambling I'm seeing is whenever like we meet up with our friends and they're all like playing. Literally on that whole trip we went on, every night, not even every night, we'll go straight up into morning. Every man's gambling. Like it's crazy to me. Like I'll literally do my own thing. I'll come back and I'm like, these mans are all sitting on the table still playing,
Yeah.
losing your money or trying to break even. It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
That's what we do, man. Christmas and New
Yeah.
Year's, we just literally
Just
play games, mahjong.
Yeah, games.
That's literally my whole Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm
same.
just playing mahjong.
It's just such a big. But is it? It seems like it's really hard to learn. No, I just see
No,
loads of
no.
tiles and people just chucking them all down.
It's a bit. It's like a card game. Do you know what I mean? So it's like 4 suits. Is it 4? No, it's 3 suits. Sorry. So it's like the spots, the like wriggly lines, and then the muddies, which is like the manzy, and then there's like the directions and the winds, and then you just kind of collect them and make it look pretty. That's the aim of the game,
you
really.
Make it look pretty.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I
Essentially.
know anyway.
I've never understood it, but you know what? When you compare it to a card game, it seems a bit more easy to understand. Not that I can still understand it because I can't play card games either, but it's just never like clicked for me.
Yeah.
And I just watch it, like it just seems like a lot to process. Like every man sitting around a table, holding tiles and flipping them over. Like it's just I see loads of patterns, but that's it.
It's daunting. I get it. You know, it's like, especially when you're a newcomer. You know, when you come in and you're like, where do I even begin? Like, what are the rules? It can be quite confusing, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Not too
But
bad.
they also do Mahjong as a card game as well now.
Card
You
game.
can- yeah, so you have like
Card versions.
yeah, so they have card versions.
You wanna
Adaptation,
play
huh?
at nighttime without making such a huge
Yeah,
noise.
exactly. So they have card versions.
Yeah.
You don't know, man. Your parents might be playing it.
Huh?
Your parents might be playing it when you're back there and you don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Card version. Oh, that's unique. I didn't even think
My
about
parents have
that.
a second life, man. After 10 p.m. It's new light, honestly.
Yeah, when they're out of the takeaway, that's it.
Casino, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you told me about this, innit?
Huh?
They used to go casino quite a bit, innit?
Yeah, I used to cry when I was a kid. I could hear the car go out.
Yeah, same.
And I
Yeah,
just
every night.
don't go, leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Every night.
Wait, they left you at home alone.
Yeah, I was home alone, bro. And I realized, I could play games at night. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's the time when you're actually allowed to
Yeah.
like play video games or watch
Yeah,
TV.
The strictness just comes off.
yeah.
It unlocks when they go. That's crazy. Wait, so what part of Wales are you from?
From the valleys, so south. So where the land of Tom Jones is from, basically. Do you know Tom Jones?
No.
Guys!
You know, the saddest thing is my dad lived in Wales with his family for a very long time and I never inquired much about it. I should actually start asking my dad questions about Wales.
Sounds cool though, Valley.
Yeah, he lived in Wales.
Valleys, yeah, the valleys. So Tom Jones, big Welsh singer, you know, very famous.
Oh, is he the
you
one
know,
on
the guy who
Voice?
sings Sex Bomb, yeah, the voice
The
man.
Voice, sorry.
He's like
yeah.
friends with Elvis and stuff like that. Big guy, you know?
No.
I'm so
Wow.
uncultured.
So uncultured.
I'm actually really
How old are you, if you
uncultured.
don't mind me asking?
Pardon?
How old are you, if you don't mind
How old do
me
you think I am?
I mean, you're Asian. You're gonna
Asian or
you'll
raisin?
be,
asking?
you'll be older than you look.
Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. I'm actually 32.
22.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Asian don't raisin
The Asian don't
really,
raisin.
really just sticks.
Yeah.
I use it a lot at work as well. It's just so funny.
How old do
Exactly.
you think we are?
20s? 30s?
20.
Yeah, 20s.
30s.
Wow, like that.
What are you trying to say? I'm
Like-
like,
No, no,
no,
I'm
no,
in
no,
my
no.
20s. No,
Well,
I
guess,
think you're
try
20s.
to guess more precisely.
Yeah.
Let's see.
28.
I'm getting violated now.
Wait,
No,
you're
no,
trying
28.
lower?
Low.
25?
Yeah.
Okay.
25.
And then
How
you...
about Eric?
I'm sorry, that made me laugh.
I'm
Also-
not 28.
12? I don't know. Age is just a number.
I think the stress is coming.
Age is buttoned up, you're right.
Yeah, that's how
It's
people end up
but
in
a
prison.
number.
I was gonna. The stress just comes off on your face, bro. That's probably why you look older.
That's probably why. That's
Oh,
why.
crap. I'm worried now.
I don't know. I think you're also similar, like 25, 24, something like
I'll
that.
take that. 26.
He's younger than me. nah.
Because I got a very positive face. It
that
just
why?
makes me look younger.
Wow.
You just always look stressed out.
Is that? Oh my god.
28.
I'm not saying. I don't like that. I can't do it.
Nothing wrong with being.
Nah, this is it. Podcast ended, man.
Nothing
I'm-
wrong with being 28. There's nothing wrong with being 28. It's just, it's funny because you added the whole like 3-4 years.
Yeah, and then you went down 4 or 5 years for him. That's
It's not that, though.
What do you mean 4 or 5 years? I'm 26. She's 24.
Yeah, no, you
24,
yeah.
25.
I wish I was in my 20s.
Nah,
Sad.
man. You know what? I think what was our best age? What would your best age be? Like your best time? I think it was 2022. No, actually, I take that back, man.
You guys are still so young, you're babies.
We're babies.
Yeah.
Nah, man. When you hear like these
Yeah,
younger
but like
kids,
30s are basically just 20s, but with money. That's
True.
what's
When you think of
great
it like that,
about
you got adult money now.
I can't wait for my 30s.
30s are fun. That's how I'm seeing it anyway. I don't know. I think 2027 was a good year.
Really?
Yeah.
What made it such a good year?
I think it's like I just like finished uni, go to school. No, honestly, my parents are always like, even as I'm working now, like I've been working for over 10 years, like corporate life kind of thing.
Oh.
Even then, my mum is just like, oh yeah, you got homework, you go to school. And I'm like, my mum's 32. I don't have homework anymore. But it feels that way because I'm a journalist and I always have to like file deadlines, writing, that kind of thing.
You just didn't want to leave school.
Yeah, she's like, oh, we've got homework. And I'm like, I don't have homework, mum. But I think it's just 27, moved to London. I moved to London when I was like 20. How old was I? Oh my God, I feel like I moved when I was 2014. So in my 24. So like I had a couple of years in London and, moved out in my own space, had, kind of starting on my career ladder, kind of know what I was doing. So, and I had like a good group and it was good. 27 was a good year.
Yeah, I need a better group. No, I'm joking.
Like that,
I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
Like that.
What about you? What was your best year?
What do you mean? I'm only 25. I feel like I haven't lived yet.
28, you mean?
Okay.
I'm kidding.
that.
All right, like that. I kind of like where I am right now.
Yeah,
but 30s with money sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds good, doesn't it? Just like you said, age is just a number when it comes to.
Are you at the stage where you're getting bored of London? Coming from like a countryside or like, outside of London?
I don't know because I've spent like I went to uni in Wales as well and then did a master's in Wales too.
Yeah.
So I spent like so much of my time in Wales. So I don't think I am yet. Like I've been in London for 10 years this year now. And I don't think I am. I like that how London is so walkable. Like whereas in Wales is everything is so car reliant. No, honestly,
That sounds like
you can't really walk anywhere.
It's
Can you,
annoying. Like you can't walk anywhere.
Yeah.
Public transport is like awful, and if you miss one bus, the next one's in whenever it feels like it, in like the next hour, 2 hours.
Oof.
Yeah, it's brutal,
Cannot do that.
and you have to drive. And what's annoying is like I can't go anywhere, like I can't go to shop, I can't meet friends, like I have to drive. Whereas London is like you can just walk to your friends or you get the tube.
Yeah.
As much as like everyone hates it. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I love about London. But there's always something going on. Whether it's like seeing the theatre or like play, cinema, like hanging out with someone's house or going out, clubbing, whatever. It's the world's your oyster in London. And I love that.
I agree with that.
And like the food is great.
Oh yeah, 100%. There's more options out there.
I think it's like I can't
Food
think
good,
of
but
anywhere
expensive.
else.
Yeah,
it is getting so much more
London,
expensive. It is, but I can't think of anywhere else in the world that has such a broad range of different diverse cuisines. You go to like Brixton is like huge Jamaican community, and you go like Deptford area, big Vietnamese community.
Really?
Like good for really good.
I did not know that.
Yeah, exactly. And
See,
then
do you know what? I just don't know that many Vietnamese people. I can't even lie to you.
And then like you go to Southall, like amazing Indian, and as well as like East Ham, like amazing Indian too. And like it's
your
just-
foods.
It's my job.
She got the takeaway book. Come on now.
It's my job. I'm a food journalist. I write about
Hong
food.
Kong or London food?
In
terms of like just
comparison. Oh,
Yeah. Because Hong Kong does good food.
I know. Oh, that's really difficult. I think like Hong Kong does good food in certain areas, and London does good food in certain areas as well. Like it's. But what I love about Hong Kong is it is actually like a 24-hour city. Whereas they say London is a 24-hour city, but it's not.
No,
Like,
it's
things
not.
close
It
at like
closes at 7.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally.
Things like Sundays are like nothing opens. Like everything
5
closes
PM.
after 5 p.m.
Yeah.
And like it's such a big drinking culture here. Like there's nothing much to do if you don't drink. And there's nothing else to do other than go to the pub really in the evenings. So whereas like Hong Kong, it's like it is actually a 24-hour city. Things run all the time round. Yeah, there's food that opens till like 4 a.m. and things are actually,
Asian countries, man, they're different.
Exactly. That's why I think that edges it more some. And I'm excited. And I love wonton noodles, dim sum. Like they just do it so much better out there.
I want dim sum right now, man. It's been a while. I've been saying this non-stop. He still hasn't taken me.
You literally sent me the.
Yeah, I know. I sent you that.
the thing.
There's like a. I don't remember the name of the place, right? But there's a dim sum place
restaurant.
in Chinatown that way you just have to pay 25 is all you can eat. You can eat as much as you want for like a certain period of time.
Lung's Legend.
Yeah, Lung's
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
They're doing it for this month, yeah.
Oh, is it this month only?
Only
Oh
this
shit, we
month.
need to go then.
Get going.
I really hope they have what I want though.
What is your Number one.
the taro croquette. It's,
Yeah, the flossy one, right?
Yeah, the one with like, it's basically like, it's golden crispy on the outside, and obviously when you bite into it, you have that crunch, and you get to the middle, it's a squidgy, yam potato inside, and you got the meat inside of that. Oof. No, I love it. I swear to God. When we put a dim sum list, right? Obviously, some people agreed with me, but a lot of other people are like, what the fuck? I'm like, you have to try
It's not
it.
the obvious choice,
Yeah, it's not the obvious choice.
I like it though.
It's good though.
Yeah.
You know what? Screw it. We're talking about dim sum anyway. We're talking about dim sum anyway. What are your favorite dim sum dishes?
Ooh, top
Why?
three,
Top five.
top five.
Yeah,
top five.
sorry, my
Okay,
bad.
I got a good mix.
No, please,
Alright.
Okay.
What are your top 5 dim sum dishes?
I like a range, so it's like a balanced meal.
Yeah.
Right, so it has to be a chung fan somewhere
Okay.
in there, and I think I would always go for a char siu tong, which
Ooh.
is the whole pork, ham so got, which I love, which
What's
is like
that
the salty corner. So it's like almost like mochi. It's like squidgy fried, similar to like a
yes.
taro croquette, and there's meat inside. There's like a gravy, like minced up meat and veg in it. Love that. Chudou fango, which I love, which is like the crystal skin, like peanut, pork, and coriander dumpling. Oh my god, what else? This is really hard.
I think you're on your final one.
No, but
No,
this
that's
is
free.
like
That's
Is that free? That's not free.
That's
It
free.
is.
That's
Oh
free.
man, I'm hearing all these like different Chinese phrases, Chinese names. I'm just thinking there's more dishes than one.
Oh my god, this is really difficult. It's just like choosing your favorite parent, isn't it?
Right now you're just naming them. You haven't ranked them yet.
You haven't ranked them
So you
either.
have to rank them
You gotta rank
afterwards.
them still.
I love a pan-fried turnip cake.
Oh,
I
100%. You know
love
what? Everyone
that.
says that.
Everyone loves.
I love
everyone loves
it,
It's just a
especially with like
staple.
XO as
Yeah.
well, like a bit of
XO.
XO sauce.
Sauce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a bit of XO sauce,
I know
which
XO
is like
sauce, yeah.
shrimp. It's like a chili oil, but like with shrimp, small fish based.
Mm.
But I love the contrasting texture. It's like crispy on the outside, squidgy on the inside. And then I don't know what I want.
The first coming
I
with
can't
like the
decide.
top 2 is going to be difficult for you.
Oh no, there's one more I can choose, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Sorry, one more. Yeah. Can't
Can't
believe you didn't say one that I was expecting.
What were you expecting me to say?
I don't know, man. You didn't mention the chicken feet, the feng jiao.
Oh,
I mean,
I don't know if it's
I
top
always
five,
have to
though.
be.
Bro,
There's not top five.
It's so
for
good.
me.
It's so good.
It's
I
not
love
top
it.
five
I love
for
Thai
me.
food.
I think. Oh my god, I
Any
can't
bows?
decide.
Fuck
I'm not a
bows.
bow
Not a bow
person.
person.
Thank
Fuck bow,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
I'm a bow person.
I think bows
I
overrated.
think bows overrated. Yeah, I kind of
Yeah.
agree.
I don't like
Oh
bows like that.
my
Like everyone just.
You guys
Like,
have
I
had
think
good
it's-
bows.
People just like it for the aesthetics.
You just
man.
haven't had
What are you
good
talking about? Go with you.
I prefer the sole, which is the tasu sole, which is like the pastry version of a tasu bao. So it's like short crust.
Yep, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
That
short
sounds
crust,
so
like
much
flaky
better.
pastry,
Yeah.
which is nice, but not my top 5. I can't decide on the 5th one. This is so hard.
It's a hard
Like,
list. We spend like half an hour
I'm not
talking.
gonna lie.
Yeah,
We
I
spend ages
know.
Trying
trying
to
to
ages
determine
talking
it.
about it because it's difficult.
Yeah, although when I say bows, there is like one bow that's like above all other bows.
Is it the
Oh, I
salted
was
egg?
gonna say the basic
No,
bow,
it's
innit?
it's from Tim Ho Wan, which is a dim sum
Oh,
place in
yeah.
Hong Kong, and it's
Oh.
Very
the like
famous.
Michelin star, but it's like
Oh.
really affordable Michelin star.
So it's exclusive.
Yeah, but it's so good, and they do a baked char siu bao. It's so good,
I don't think I had that before.
and it's like
No.
Yeah, because
flaky, and
it's
it's
in Hong Kong, mate.
Yeah,
so good. I'm gonna eat that when I'm
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, you went Hong Kong, but there's no way you're just gonna randomly go to that
I know
place,
it's
are
so
you?
good.
No, you go there. It's
Oh, you mean that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I'm gonna do 4 because I just can't.
Nah,
choose.
you can't
Yeah,
do
you
that.
can't leave it. Who says
can't
top
finish it,
4?
man. You can't just
You have to
escape.
finish
No, you can't do
it.
that
There's
one.
no escape.
I'm just trying to think of both.
You know what it is? You just don't want to finish your list because you know there's so
No.
much more options out
Yeah.
there.
I
It's
know.
so hard.
I'm gonna go.
I know the comments would
I'm
grill
gonna
you,
go
though.
basic. I love a hagao.
Okay.
You know, because
Yeah.
it's a nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, I used to really love just eating the pastry and not the prawn. Because I used to really hate prawns as a kid. I don't know why.
I loved it.
But I like prawn flavored things.
Yeah.
So what I would do is like squeeze the prawn filling out and then give the prawn filling to my brothers,
They would
and then
love
I would
that.
just eat the skin because the skin is
okay.
just like so like it's
Silky.
silky, but no, not silky. It's a like chewy, a squidgy, and it's see through as well, so you can kind of see it. But it's that like I always crave that kind of squidgy, chewy texture.
Yeah.
So I think that's my top 5. So
Nice.
we got there in the
That's-
end.
No, that's
But how would you order it?
No, don't make me order it.
You're gonna have to order it.
That's too
You're
hard.
gonna have to order it.
I love a chung fan. Chung fan's number 1. Like
Number one,
I
yeah.
can eat so much chung fan.
Yeah.
I like all various types of chung fan, whether it's prawn, char siu, or the Hong Kong style with hoisin sauce and peanut butter.
Oof,
Like
yeah.
I love that.
What's number
Yeah.
2 then?
2.
we usually start off with the fifth one first because it's easier to narrow down what you like
let
the most,
me
right?
do backwards. Oh wait, actually, I can't remember what my top 5.
I know. Wait. Let's help you out. I know you said
So it was like
you said Hagao was in there.
Hagao,
Chengfan.
Chengfan, 猪刀饭锅.
Yeah.
Which one was that again?
They're just like the coriander peanut. Well, that's so similar to
Oh,
Hagao. I
and
can't
it
remember
is, it is.
You also said
it's
the
similar
other
to
one.
Hagao,
That's
basically.
fine. Then you have a pen.
Ham so I got,
What's that again?
which is the salty corner, which is like a deep fried
Oh, yeah,
ball,
yeah.
and there's like stuff with
Oh,
meat.
you said turnip cake.
On turnip cake, yeah. Oh, I can't-
Crap, what was the name of that in
I'm going to say
Chinese?
Chengfan. Oh, but I've chosen like 2 similar ones.
That
Can I
doesn't-
swap it out?
Yeah, you can swap it out. You can
Fine,
swap
you
it
can
out.
change
You
it.
can swap it out. You can swap it out.
We'll let you think about it first, and then we'll ask
I
it.
think, this is just too hard.
It's very
I'll
hard,
write it-
man.
See,
Yeah.
and you know how
Because
people
you
always
have to
bring
have
us
you have to order
comments?
all of you have to order all of it
that's
anyway.
funny,
When you
yeah.
have dim sum, you have to order all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
You get a
really
bit of
hard. That's why when
everything.
people grill us in the comment section, they're like, "Oh, how'd you forget this? How'd you forget this, bro?"
But
We're
you
trying to narrow it
can't.
down.
Yeah, but the menu is so big. It's like
Yeah.
100 odd.
What's the
menu.
sumai? People always say, "Oh, where you missed sumai."
Sumai
Sumai
is
is not top
fine.
five.
It's not top 5. It's a staple.
It's
yeah,
a staple, but
it's not top
it's
5.
fine.
Like I love it, but it's not top 5. There's nah, man.
Yeah.
Hot, like, it's just.
I can't remember, like even the soup dumplings. You know what I mean? Like I
Ooh,
can't
soup
miss
dumplings, innit?
soup dumplings.
But you know what?
Do you know? But some places don't do it good though.
No, exactly. Like there's only a certain few
Yeah.
that do it really well.
Not
I
fun.
can't choose. I'm going to abandon this question.
That's fine. That's
I always
fine.
loved my
fine.
I don't
croquettes.
like
though.
it. Yeah, it's fine.
I've always loved my croquettes.
croquettes.
Anything croquette.
Croquettes.
Yeah, any type of dim sum
like
croquette. Fried. Yeah.
Although I do like the, just the squid. They do like just fried squid.
Yeah.
But it's not calamari. It's like
Salt,
very
pepper, fried,
different
yes. It's like
calamari. But they do it with this sweet, vinegar, and it's got like floating white bits in it. I don't know what's in it,
Yeah,
and it's like a
yeah.
dish of vinegar, but like floating white bits in it, and then it's like a sweet vinegar, and it's probably just like rice vinegar, and it's so good. Just like because it's a very different batter, I think.
Dim sum.
I really want dim sum
Really
now.
want dim
Oh my
sum.
god.
Well, where's your place?
Where's your
Where's your
favourite?
go-to place? Yeah.
I like going to Yiban in the
Yiban.
Docklands.
Oh, you're all the
And
way
East.
Yeah,
I
you're
know, and
east.
East.
God, that's on the outskirts. That's on the outskirts.
And
I've
it's
never
in
been there
London.
once.
London, isn't it? But yeah, it's
Yiban
fine.
is good.
Yeah.
Dragon Castle, old school, but I love
Dragon
it.
Castle?
Dragon
I've never
Castle
heard of that
in
one.
Elephant and Castle.
Oh.
Really good, but they
Oh.
do different bits. But
Are we going there with car?
just so shocked. Like, are we?
Okay, we went out of
They're
Castle.
more traditional, kind of old school vibe, but they
Yeah.
do different dim sum bits compared to other places. To be honest, like I think I usually avoid Chinatown for dim sum because
Yeah.
it's like
Such
So
a basic
busy.
place to go
it's
to.
too busy, and a lot of them are like I don't want to shit on people, but it's like a lot of them is like frozen dim sum, and the quality
yeah.
isn't the best. There are like a few places that are good, like Plum Valley and Tao Tao
Really?
Ju, which is good.
Yeah.
Tao Tao Ju is really good, like exo pan fried turnip cake, but they do like bite sized versions of it, and then they have it's almost like salt pepper chicken, no salt pepper chips.
Mhm.
So they have like peppers and onions and bean sprouts with the pan fried turnip cake. It's really
I don't
good.
think we ever been Plan Valley.
No. You need to go
Papaya.
to dim sum duck in King's
I've
Cross.
been,
Cross.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
good.
is-
It's
that's
so
my
good.
favourite.
It's so good. The
Uh,
prawn and chive dumpling there is excellent.
Ooh,
I'm not
dumplings.
traveling all the way to Yiban. That's
Yiban's
weddings
a
only.
trek.
Yiban's
That's
great.
weddings only.
I love
Yeah.
Yiban.
Before it used to be what was it again, free parking, but now it's like
Is it not free parking? I haven't been in a while,
nah,
so it's not free
Nah, you
parking.
have to pay now. It's crazy.
Okay, that's gone down now. No, don't go there
You
anymore.
get a nice view though. You get a nice view.
Only went there for the free parking.
No, but it's just like it is a trek if you don't live
yeah,
close by.
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like there needs to be more dim sum places. But
I think more are starting to open up though. Right? More are opening up.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Because isn't like
There's always new places coming up. here and
we just don't know about all of them yet.
there. Yeah.
Especially because we mostly trek around in the Chinatown area.
Hmm?
Mostly because we trek in the Chinatown area.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ones at Baker Street are pretty good. What are they called again now?
Baker Street.
Yeah, there's quite a few. I can't remember the name
Really?
now.
Ah.
It's escaped me. It was. I'll find out after. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I really do want a dim sum.
I really want dim sum now.
Especially because I haven't eaten. But dim sum, I've just been craving it since like December.
Me too. I'm going next weekend, so very excited for dim sum.
Ooh.
Nice,
one?
man.
I think we're going to Phoenix Palace, which is in Chinatown, actually. I don't think I've been
Phoenix Palace, the red one.
Yeah.
The name's
I
always
love
just
you,
so
though.
funny.
Yeah, just the red one.
The name's
Phoenix
always just so
Palace.
funny to me.
Nah, they're
Phoenix
staples,
Palace,
bro. They're
Dragon.
staples.
Phoenix Palace, Dragon Castle, something. They're just
It's
saying.
always, yeah, but like we were talking about it earlier about
Yeah.
like Chinese takeaway names and how they're always like Fortune House, you know. But I'm surprised, like I said, I've never heard of a Chinese takeaway called sweet and sour. It's quite
Yeah.
literal, you know.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
We serve the best sweet and sour.
Wow. I mean, like, when
It's
you
in
got
the name.
basics-
Yeah, it's in the name, exactly, exactly.
It's gotta be good.
It has to be good. Imagine your sweet and sour shit. The name was it wouldn't do the name.
Have you had people complain about your sweet and sour?
No, I don't think so. Do you know what? The only complaints we get now, which is just that we just don't do cash. Sorry, card.
Yeah.
But my parents are not gonna.
Well, they don't touch it at all.
Huh?
They don't touch card at all.
No, we just they don't know how
It's
to
just
set
too
it up.
confusing. Yeah,
Yeah.
my parents.
Why don't you
did.
set up for them?
Yeah, but it's not just that. It's like even I was saying to my parents, like, oh, I can set up, online
Yeah.
for you
Yeah.
on
Trust
card
it.
only. But it's just when I'm not there, they can't keep up on top of it. Like,
fair.
and they're like, I don't understand how to use it, or like,
You can't trust. You can't like outsource
yeah,
that to
and their
someone else.
English is like
Yeah.
not very good. They don't really. They only speak Cantonese at home and a bit of Hakka at home, but they're like takeaway English. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? If that makes
takeaway.
sense, it's like they know how to swear. Like obviously important.
That's the first thing you
and,
learn.
Like the takeaway dishes and orders, so
Yeah.
it's very like basic English.
Do you know how to speak Chinese, Cantonese?
Yeah, I can
Did you not
speak
see her
Cantonese.
pronouncing the dim sum
Yeah,
dishes?
it was really good.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I went to
She's not
Chinese
us.
school.
Oh, you're Chinese school.
I went to Chinese school.
Yeah,
I
I
went
went there, but I
every.
didn't-
I went
Sunday.
Chinese school. I didn't learn nothing though.
No, but mine it's not very good anymore. I feel like I learned a lot from TVB, watching cartoons, and Chinese channel, and then obviously when I moved away, it's not as good as it used to be.
It's fine. It's better than Kevin's,
Yeah,
and definitely better than mine. I don't know it. I don't know any Chinese. Let's be real.
I'm like trying to do more. I think like I'm doing Duolingo,
Oh, nice.
but I'm doing Mandarin on that. So I did I did Cantonese up to like a GCSE level,
Oh, wow.
and then did 1 year of Mandarin, and then as soon as
Is it good Duolingo for that kind of stuff?
It's good, but it's like it's only mainland, so it's only
Yeah.
Mandarin.
Yeah.
It's good, but like it's kind of a game,
Yeah.
So like, but the thing is like with Duolingo, not sponsored. It's more like a memory game. So you're not really learning; you're just remembering like the sequences rather than actually like absorbing it in.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
know
yeah.
definitely it's helping, but I think I would want to do something a bit more like actually being back in a class and having more of like a proper classes.
I mean, you're going there for 3 months to Hong Kong, so I feel
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun.
I feel like every time I go there, my Chinese improves, but when I come back, it just
You
disappears.
don't use it enough.
Yeah, I
you
don't
need to
use
like
it.
keep it up,
Yeah,
know.
it's
But I can
hard,
read a
it's hard.
menu and stuff, so that's like
That's the most
Oh, that's
important part.
good.
Yeah, you just need to know the
you
food,
can read
innit?
as well.
a little bit, but
That's
not very well.
amazing.
It's not that good anymore, but like I can read a little bit and write.
That's so cool.
I think the most important thing when you go to an Asian country is knowing how to pronounce the food.
Yeah, the food is the most important part,
Yeah,
I-
like, that's
I-
mostly what
I,
you're doing in Asia, isn't it?
No, I hate being put on the spot.
Really.
Every time I go to a Chinese restaurant, I'm like, Sam, just like my girlfriend, she's
Yeah.
Filipino, but
Take over the order.
yeah, just do it for me. I just don't want to speak
Yeah, but
Chinese.
that's also like such a way of showing love, right? It's like,
Yeah.
okay, Dory, I will order. And it's like, but
He
it's
just doesn't want to
also-
do it.
No, but it's also such a big responsibility,
Yeah.
right? Ordering.
If they reply back to me in Cantonese, I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, this guy had a
I'm
waffle
like,
moment. I
yeah.
remember that one time we went. Obviously, Lowe's factory in Chinatown.
Mm.
We went there, and he went to get
Nah, that is the
What'd you go there
most
to? You went there to buy something, and you just butchered the whole
Yeah,
pronunciations.
I can't go in that store, man. I can't.
Wait, what
Yeah,
was
he
this?
was
Have you been to Lowe's
anxiety
factory?
levels were high.
Which
for him.
factory?
Lowe's factory.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
interviewed the
it's-
Yemnas before. They're really
Oh,
nice.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the noodle place, right?
Yeah, the noodle
Yeah,
place.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's so for me. I'm scared of it.
Lowe's factory is like
Can't.
that's like a historical place in Chinatown.
Yeah.
No, they do the best. Like,
Oh,
Yeah,
the
of
best for
course.
fun.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
But
just
also they do oh my god, what's it called? What's the pudding cups? Is it potat? No, not potat. Oh, 不在糕.
what's that?
Yeah, have you never had it? It's like a little like squidgy, like sweet dessert, and it's in a cup. So they do it like brown
Ah,
sugar.
I never knew that.
As like a squidgy kind of cake.
tofu.
No, it's just like sugar, water, puddingy, mochi. Not mochi. It's a bit like lingo. Have you ever had that? It's like the year cake. So you'd have that for like Lunar Year, and it's like a squidgy kind of mochi like cake, a bit harder than a mochi,
Yeah.
soft. And sometimes you have red bean in, sometimes it's just
What, a
sugar.
local bag like that?
No, like local bags like pastry.
Okay.
So like this is more like a hard, like a squidgy mochi, but like a harder mochi, I would say. And then you'd have it. It's a street food snack, but you have it like toothpicks on a stick, and you can eat it
I only get the turnip cake and the whole fan there. That's why.
But it's good. I love the butaiko.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
I used to get
It's
the
very
whole fan.
rare. You don't get that anywhere really.
No,
But only
Really?
they would do
Oh,
it.
interesting.
Yeah, they've been there for
interesting.
time.
Yeah.
They've been there for time. Like that, I can't see that place ever going out of business because it's so known. It just sits there.
What's your
Yeah.
opinion about Chinatown?
Well,
How
what's
it's
my-
evolved?
Well, I'm doing another project
Oh,
on
damn.
that.
Oh, really?
Many fingers in different pies.
Nice.
So I've just been really interested in how Chinatown's evolved in the last, decade. 5-10 years has changed so much.
So much.
From being very like predominantly Cantonese, and a lot of Hong Kong restaurants and big kind of banquet hall type places and dim sum places, but it's changed so much. One, because like rent, right, it's so expensive now, and Chinatown used to be a very seedy area. It used to be a very sketchy place that no one really wanted to go, which is you wouldn't think that now, considering it's like prime location right next to the West End. Chinatown used to be in the Docklands before it got bombed and then moved to Soho, and then now it's obviously evolved a lot from Cantonese speaking and big kind of Cantonese kind of cooking, and now it's very Pan-Asian, which I hate the phrase, but it's like mainland China people coming in because of new money and a lot of international students coming in. But now you get like, dessert alleys full of like, Filipino, Japanese bakeries, and bubble tea is just everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like just big influences from everywhere. And then I think a lot of places just can't keep up in terms of rent, like especially at Cantonese, like old school Cantonese businesses. They can't put the rent on like 300 plus kind of seating places or like 3-story places. So now it's like broken off into like smaller places. So that's why like a lot of old mum and dad kind of restaurants, a lot of them are gone now.
Yeah.
For like new kind of modern places. I mean, I love Chinatown. It's always I was there yesterday actually. I went to, where did we go? We went to, have you been to Lanzhou Lai Mein?
No.
It's a noodle place.
Is it outside the station?
Just outside, yeah. So it's
Yes.
not quite in Chinatown, but it's like a street away
Yes,
from like
yeah,
Leicester
yeah.
Square, and they do hand pulled noodles, and it's so good.
It's so
So only
good.
one of the
and it's
few,
so cheap.
It's only one of the few places that do like fresh noodles.
Yeah.
hand-pulled. And it's so good. And they do either like the lai mein, which is like the long noodles, or the dosut mein, which is the knife cut noodles. And it's so good.
Yeah,
Like,
that
amazing.
is a must place.
I love that
That's
place.
a go-to place.
Yeah.
100%.
But it's like it's so small in there.
It's so
They're so
small.
cramped, and
The basement is just like,
yeah. no.
Thinking about it
That's
now,
where
I'm
we
like-
were sat yesterday, and there was like 3 of us, and there were like tiny stools. It's almost like you're back in Asia. You're like eating like this,
literally.
cramped and stuff. And then we went to Candy Cafe, which I haven't been in years.
Don't like Candy Cafe.
Do you
Oh.
know?
Don't like
It was
Candy Cafe.
good actually. I hadn't been for years and
Yeah.
years, and then I just really fancied something like a hot dessert because it was freezing yesterday. So I just wanted some tong soy.
I just don't like it. I feel like isn't there another rule now that like if you want to sit there, you have to actually everyone has to order at least one dessert.
Yeah.
I
So
really
it's
hate
like
that rule.
one per person.
I really
Oh,
hate that
rent's
rule.
expensive there, bro.
It was, people got to make money.
People
Yeah, I know, I
people
get
are grind,
that.
We
man.
can't, expect people to buy one drink. You can't. Are you one of those people who buy one drink
Nah,
and then
nah,
stay
not
there
even.
all day?
We had like
You're that type of person.
we had like 5 people. We had 5 people, right? But it was
Yeah.
like two
You
to
want to
3.
share
There's
bits.
3
I
kids in
get
it,
it. Yeah,
and you have to force them to buy something as well. I was just like, nah, man. We were gonna buy a lot of stuff
Yeah.
anyway, but it's
that's
just
fair.
having them have to like, nah. Let the
Yeah.
kids off at least. But I don't
Let
know.
the kids off.
Yeah, no, let the kids off, innit?
I
you as
get,
a family.
If it's an adult, then
Yeah,
fair,
yeah. What's your go to dessert then?
Ooh,
I love sago desserts. Any
me
dessert with
too. I
sago,
like
like
sago. I'm
mango
a mango
sago.
person.
Yes.
I love
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
mango.
yeah.
I love
They don't do it right here though, man.
Yeah,
I want the like
know.
Filipino
I think
Thai
Haiti's, I
mango.
think
Yeah.
Haiti's ones alright. I like Haiti's and mango sagos.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not
It's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean-
Haiti's mango sagos are good.
No, I've never had a Haiti.
You haven't been to Haiti yet?
No,
Oh no.
Try it in Hong Kong
It's
when you
so good.
a Haiti mango.
Yeah.
So Haiti is the new bubble tea shop, like just outside of Chinatown.
Haiti,
It's
where was
next
that
to
one?
the bus stop.
Curzon.
I think it's near there. Yeah. Haiti, honestly, is my favorite bubble tea shop.
Oh, okay.
Not for like any of its actual bubble teas.
Oh no, Haiti. Yes, I
Yeah.
know. But I haven't been there.
You haven't?
No,
Oh, I
no,
love
why
it. It's my
not?
favorite. It easily jumped to my top
Oh,
because of the mango sago
okay.
desserts and the mango passion fruit sago. Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah, I love a mango. And I think I just love a glutinous rice ball. Like I love just simple, like glutinous rice bowl with like black sesame.
What's that
like
called? Tongyu,
Tongyu, yeah.
Mm.
With
I used to
like,
hate that.
with a goong tong, which is like the
Yeah,
ginger.
I used to hate because of the ginger. I
What's
couldn't
that?
get
love
behind
it.
the ginger.
I love it. So it's like a ginger, a sugary, syrupy, soupy thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's usually if you have like for weddings or like Lunar New Year, you would make for that.
Yeah.
And you know, they're like the little dumpling balls.
Yeah.
And it's like stuffed with either peanuts, or black sesame or red bean. But I like black sesame. And then you have a ginger like water, like a spicy.
I have
ginger.
not had Chinese food in a while.
So good.
Oh wait, what am I talking about? I had it yesterday. Literally, I had it from our local, our local Chinese takeaway.
Yeah.
Asia Village.
Yeah. Wait, I got a video. Let me show you this.
Asia Village.
Asia Village. Where's
Yeah.
Asia Village?
So I live near. Oh, I don't want to say it. We're gonna cut this part out, but I live near near Essex Road Station.
Yeah.
And there's like there's a restaurant, little takeaway there called Asia Village. I thought that was the only one, but apparently I think I saw
On the
another one in
train?
Wood Green.
Asia Village.
Asia Village. It's called Asia Village. There's like
Rate this Chinese
Oh.
takeaway. Order.
Rate it.
Rate it.
How can you rate it?
Where can I?
No, because I looked at that. I'm like, that is.
We've got some special fried
Why is it so red?
Why is it so red? Exactly.
This is chicken char sauce. We've got two of them. We've got some egg fried rice.
That looks okay.
We've got some of these.
Oh, that looks so
That looks frozen.
sad.
That looks like
That's
it's frozen.
frozen.
We've got sweet and sour chicken.
That's
That,
so
that
red.
looks so red.
We've got 2 lots of.
Probably adapted for white people.
Yeah,
though,
but
isn't
sweet and sour, I never knew it was that. It wasn't. It's not.
They've added so much
Yeah,
food coloring.
So
it?
much.
They've done it because they really want to appeal
Oh,
to white
that
people.
prawn toast is so overfried.
The chili chips, a Fanta, and 2 curries. So we ran out of plates and having to use this pizza plate.
It just doesn't look right to me.
Like, oh, that chassis looks sad.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really sad. No offense to this Chinese
Yeah.
takeaway.
No offense.
We don't know which one it is. It's
I
fine.
don't know
We're
which
not
one it
posting that.
is, but it's just like
Sweet and sour.
so red. Oh my god, look how red it is.
I know.
That's like a luminous red. That's like
Pork chop.
It doesn't even look like
my
edible.
God.
It's like.
Then we've got some beef and black bean sauce.
I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna rate on it
Now we've got
because
fine, that's fine.
I can't.
Yeah, we can't.
hate on my fellow takeaway.
That's true.
man.
That's true. That's true.
It'd be funny if it wasn't Chinese people.
Oh, that curry is really thick. That curry is like
It's
thick.
blobs. It's literally like blobs.
Spent £100
Wow.
on a
Crazy,
Okay,
right?
I'm not gonna rate it because
That's
I
fine,
can't
that's fine.
shit on people.
Yeah.
But
That's fine,
each
that's
to
fine.
their own. Everyone has their own way of making, their own things.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna
That
shit.
was really red though.
That was too
That
red.
was
right?
really red.
That was really, really
But
red.
like they just cut
Quite
the
red.
animal. Actually, I shouldn't say that.
Cut off the like blood.
We cut that part.
Oh god, yeah, that was right. It's like the same color as the sofa.
It's interesting how like there's so many obviously Asian takeaways with so many similar dishes, right? Like staple dishes in Chinese takeaways. Yet from that video alone, you can tell that so many different Chinese takeaways do it differently.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's no
exactly.
manual to it, man.
Yeah, like it's so many. It's the same dishes. It's just made differently.
Yeah, yeah.
And like for example, like the dishes that maybe at your parents' Chinese takeaway is gonna be very different to the ones at Angela's Chinese takeaway. Like
Because they also as well like they appeal to the customer in the community, right?
yeah.
So yeah, everything's regional. So
oh, yeah.
yeah. Do you have any questions for us?
Oh,
I don't
Oops.
know. Ooh.
have we ever asked that question to anyone before?
Yeah, we asked at the end, right?
I think so. We usually ask, is there anything you want to say or add?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't want
Sorry.
anything
Like
to
anything
say.
specific you want to say?
I mean, I'm just loving that what you guys are doing. You guys are doing a really great job. I love
Thank
the
you, thank you.
podcast. I'm a big fan. And, it's really important to keep having these kind of fun conversations about East and Southeast Asian culture and food and just celebrate us. We're
Yeah.
great.
Oh no, 100%,
That's what
100%.
I'm going to leave this takeaway on. We're amazing. We're
Oh,
great.
100%.
No, but I think it's what's amazing is like since COVID and the rise of anti-Asian hate
Yeah.
that's kind of come from this. Obviously, there's just been so much awful stuff
Yeah.
going on in the world, but one of the kind of good things out of COVID that's happened is like I've met so many amazing Asians. And I've met so many people who've bonded over hate
Yeah.
from like hating certain things.
That's
Like why
interesting
is
to
that
bond
person
over.
like cooking lists like that, or like why are we being represented like this, or why are they talking about Asian faces for COVID stories? Like, and we've all bonded to try and change that for the better for the future. And I think it's amazing. And I think I wish I had that growing up.
100%.
Like growing up, it was such a lonely and isolating experience. And I never really, I thought I was like a freak, it was quite sad growing up and you think that you're the only Chinese takeaway kid.
Yeah.
But this, but this is before like internet existed. And this is like you grew up in a space where you didn't see anyone that looked like you, and you go to schools where I think my school, we were the only me and my brothers probably and a few other kids were the only people of color. Like it's quite a sad thing to kind of grow up in, and obviously that is changing now, and I'm really glad that hopefully what we're doing will affect and change for the next generation for the better, I think. That's what I gotta add, which is a nice note to add on.
Yeah, Kevin probably thought he was the only takeaway kid as well. That's why he keeps asking
that's the thing.
people.
It's like you don't realize, and it's only until like the last 5 years I start to connect with so many other takeaway kids, or so many people have reached out after I've written the book to be like, oh, I really resonate with your story. My family's got this takeaway in this place, and my family's got this takeaway in this place, and they're like, I just can't. It's amazing to kind of see it reflected, and I never thought that would ever happen, and especially me being writing it, and I never thought I would write a book. It's crazy.
Would you like to mention your book a bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a book. It's there.
I mean, like, yeah,
It's been there for the past year and a half.
I wrote a book. Yeah, it's just a crazy experience. I never thought I would be a person to write a book, and I never thought a person like me would write a book. As a
How did you get into it?
I got approached actually.
Oh.
So I've worked as a journalist for a long time now, for like 10 years, and I wrote like various stories. I wrote a piece for Vice ages ago, and it was about the decline of Chinese takeaways.
Oh yeah.
And how it was kind of tied into, online delivery apps that were kind of taken over. There's more choice, and why the reasons for like the decline of Chinese takeaways. And then I wrote a little bit about my family story, and talking about, how the hardships that people have to go through working in the immigrant-owned businesses. And then it got caught the eye of like a commissioning editor. So she's mixed race as well, so she's half Chinese. And she was like, I really love your writing, I love your story, like, have you ever thought about writing a book? And then we had a meeting, and then it just kind of went from there, essentially.
Networking.
And then yeah, exactly. And then I was just really lucky throughout the whole, I wouldn't say lucky, like I just had a really like good team behind me working on this book. Like a lot of my agent and my book editor, they were all, they're East Asian as well, and they just understood me. They just like, without having to like over explain yourself, like, they just got it straight away. They're like, this is a really important book, like it needs to be written. And then I was kind of writing on it before COVID, and then obviously COVID happened, and then Asian hate crime skyrocketed, and then that kind of fueled it more to be like, oh, I need to write this more than ever now, especially what was happening with, I was just seeing so many people's Chinese takeaways being vandalized or broken into because of COVID.
Bringing that love back.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And people like actively avoiding Asians, at the start of COVID. I had people like sit down next to me and then move away because they're like, oh, I don't want COVID, that kind of thing.
Crazy, yeah.
And it's just a crazy time. Like I was, quite lucky, and I know, reporting on it before for like various places, writing about how, the Asian hate crime was like skyrocketing in the UK as well, like people beaten up, and it's a horrible time when you're living in a state of terror, essentially. So yeah, that's how I started writing about it. And then it was still like quite fresh on my mind. My parents sold the shop a year just before like COVID happened. And it started off just like loads of WhatsApps between like me and my brothers, just like, oh, do you remember this time at the takeaway?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, like, do you remember this time at like, like, but just all like, oh, do you remember that customer? Or do you remember like the deliveries and the locals? And then I started to like kind of compile it all down. And I tried to like actively cook with my mum more, just as a way of like try to connect with her more, get to know her. And, that's how we communicate. My Chinese isn't the best, and that's how we kind of bond together, is over cooking. And she's always quite excited about it now. She's like, oh, what are we cooking next? Like, what are we learning?
Oh, that's so sweet.
And it's just really nice to learn a lot of her old village recipes as well. Like she's from Samdam.
Okay.
So from like mainland China. My dad's from New Territories in Hong Kong. So they're Hakka people as well. So it's like learning a lot of their culture and their background. And just learning like these like indigenous dishes as well that I love doing.
Hakka is underrated.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
It really is
it's really
underrepresented as well.
underrepresented.
What was it?
So it's like it's a kind of tribe of people.
Yeah.
It's like another like a Chinese but they are like travelers. So they're usually found in like the New Territories in Hong Kong or southern parts of China. But there's also, you know, places that a lot of Hakka people in Taiwan, a lot of Hakka people in Vietnam as well.
Oh, well, did not know that.
They're village people. And because they've been driven away, so they're quite hardy people, and they've just set up communities because they were just not welcome in certain areas, so they had to make up their own, you know, communities. That's why. And that kind of really gave me fire to write the book, essentially. And then in a way, it was a kind of love letter to Chinese takeaways. And selfishly, like I kind of wrote it for myself as a way of just remembering before I kind of forget and get old, and I forgot all those times that like what happened in the takeaway, and and that was kind of the reason why I wrote it. And
have your parents read the book?
No,
Have you not read it?
No, they can't speak English, you know. So.
You can read it to them.
You could.
Hey man, you got AI now. You can translate that. You can translate.
Absolutely not. But it's coming out in Mandarin this year.
Oh wow!
It's coming out in Chinese.
No, they definitely can read it.
Yeah. So now they can read it.
There's no excuses
and now.
now.
I'm like really scared of what they're going to read. No, I think they know the gist of it.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out over it because, you know, there's so many people going to read it, especially family members, and there's so much personal things in there.
Definitely, yeah.
Things like arguments, things like heated debates, and like gambling, and just what goes on in the takeaway. And you know, it's out there for everyone to read, and that's what really freaked me out so much. And I wanted to do it right.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to do it justice, and I freaked out about making sure that there were no mistakes, that kind of thing. And I'm sure there's still like a million mistakes in there, but you know, that's I was just worried about what other people were going to think, especially Asian aunties like my cousins and aunt, like
100%.
you know, they're going to have something to say.
But
They
they
always
always
have
something to say.
Like you did a good thing at the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
you brought insight towards, you know, Asian takeaway culture.
Exactly. And I think like that's the thing I was freaked out the most. Like what would people say, especially family members? And I think my mum was really, you know, supportive of it in any way. She was very much like, oh, as long as you've written it to the best of your abilities, and no one can take that away from you. Like, don't worry about what other people say.
Yeah.
And like, you're an author. She's like, you're an author. You can write a book. And now she's like super proud. And
it's like she can flex,
like,
you know?
Exactly.
They can say what they want.
I'm not even kidding. She's always forcing my book onto people.
But she hasn't read it herself.
I'm not even kidding. So like, no, but she hasn't even read it. So like,
oh man.
Oh, it was
That's so funny.
It was so embarrassing. Like the other
unconditional
day.
support.
It's unconditional
No,
support.
it's so sweet, but I was just mortified. I was like, I was helping her sort her China visa because she's going to China soon.
Yeah.
And so I was like in the like the China visa center, and I was just you know behind the woman in the glass, like talking to her, helping her like deal with her visa stuff. And then my mum just gets a book out and then slides it under
You know
to
you're
the
dealing
woman
with right
behind the
now?
counter. No, to the woman behind the counter.
Yeah.
And the woman just looks so confused, like, why are you just giving me
Oh
this book?
my
My
god.
daughter's
And then
famous.
my daughter wrote this, and I was just there like,
Oh
this
god.
is
It's
so
that moment.
embarrassing.
It's cute
So
though. It's
relatable.
very
It
cute
is
though.
cute, but
yeah.
it's just, you know, like embarrassing mum. Like, oh, see, I love her very much, and it's very
It's like
supportive.
no, it's very cute when they do this unconditional supporting stuff. Because I got like an auntie right in one of my mom's sisters in Vietnam. Obviously, she doesn't know any English at all, but she's out here sharing our podcast videos
That's sweet.
to people in Vietnam. They're not going to understand what we're saying,
Yeah.
especially because we're not speaking proper English. Sometimes we're speaking like according to what people,
Slang. You know,
slang,
we
and some
speak
people
slang.
in the comment section, you know, saying like road.
Yeah.
But it's like accents
Emily.
too, you know.
Huh?
Emily. That's the accent.
Oh
Emily.
yeah, Emily.
That's
But I thought you said Emily.
What? I thought you said Emily.
No.
That's what I thought you
What
said.
did you say?
Multicultural,
Wait,
London.
Multilingual?
Basically, we did this video, right? And it was called. So we did this video and we titled it London Accents because we tend to get this like comments where people are like, oh, why are these lot speaking with a black accent, or
No,
why
but that's a
why
London
they speaking
accent.
like this,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And we always respond, oh, that's just one of the many London accents.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, that's just it's the MLE accent.
MLD.
Like,
Oh,
Multicultural London English.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's it. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like because I have a Welsh accent, so whatever, like you sound
I don't
Welsh.
think you have a thick Welsh accent.
Do I have a thick Welsh
No,
accent?
I don't
I
think
can
you
put
do.
it on if you want me to.
Really?
It's slowly just coming out now.
Yeah,
It'll
you
come
just do
out
it.
there. When I've had a drink, it'll come out more.
Yeah.
I've got a colleague from
I mean, I've got
Swansea.
beers and vodka up there.
Nah, like, do you get Asian flush? Because I get
100%
bad Asian
bad,
flush.
bad.
I've started taking this pill and patch now.
Yeah,
I blush.
Yeah,
eye
I
blush.
know you know. What,
Yeah.
Of course,
I
you know.
blush sponsor us.
Yeah. No, we were talking to them. We were talking about that. We actually did a little post.
Yeah, we've done a
Really?
post of them before.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. You're really on it. You're really on it.
Yeah.
This is
I
early,
find it's
early
good.
on though.
Yeah.
It's good. It really
We didn't
does
take the
reduce
pills
it.
though. I won't take the pills.
That's
We've done
new
the
though,
patch.
isn't
I've got the pill.
Yeah. Did it actually work?
I've tried it, but I get such bad Asian flush. Like it's still there.
okay.
It's a lot less visible.
A lot less visible.
Yeah, mine's
But I'm
bad.
trying to drink less,
Yeah.
because I think it's just because my Asian flush is so bad. It's almost to the point where, like, when
Rashes.
I'm drinking, I get rashes,
Yeah.
like shortness of breath. It's almost like I'm having a hangover as I'm drinking.
basically,
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
it's
it
all the
is.
hangover
Yeah,
symptoms.
Exactly.
For me, red wine, I can drink red wine all day. But
I think
Really?
I'm
I
like,
can't.
I don't know if it's me, like fermented thing. So it's a beer, wine, but I'm fine on spirits. I'm not as bad.
Yeah, spirits for me is like,
yeah,
I can,
spirits are better. Like I think
Everyone's
it's
got a
something
weakness
do.
to certain thing with
Oh,
alcoholic
tequila
beverage.
makes
innit?
me so sick though. Oh my god,
We're just-
tequila's like the worst thing.
I swear to you though, Asians literally are just like
You gotta breathe
We're
out.
just
The technique, you gotta
immune.
breathe
Like,
out.
we're
we're
just
just at genetic
allergic
disadvantage
Oh,
to
yeah, yeah.
alcohol.
It's in our genes.
It's in our genes.
It is.
Or
Do you get
rather,
self-conscious about
it's
it?
not in our,
I do.
our genes
I do.
enough. You know, we don't have the right vitamins and stuff to break it down.
It's in our. We don't have the enzymes to break
we
it
don't,
down.
yeah, literally,
That's
we
it,
don't have the
that's
enzymes
it,
to break
yeah.
down alcohol properly.
Yeah, literally.
Oh shit, bro! Let's
no,
bring
I'm
back
so-
that script I learned.
But I'm so I'm so self-conscious of it, especially new people, like friends and family, like they all know,
Yeah.
so they get it anyway.
Of course, yeah.
But
You
like
look like
new
a tomato,
people, because new people are like, "Are you crying? Are you okay? Like, are you fine?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, why are you so red?
I've just had a drink. Like, it's fine. But I drink through the red,
Yeah.
and then I go pale.
What?
I
So
do as well.
yeah. So once the flush is gone,
Oh.
and then I go pale, and that's when you know I'm really drunk. And then I also get narcolepsy when I drink. Do you get
What's that?
So like when
I
you
don't
fall
know.
asleep.
Oh really?
Yeah, I get really sleepy.
That happens to you
Yeah, I
sometimes.
sleep.
And then I
Karaoke
just like
rooms, I'm sleeping.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
So
I'm
like
gone.
I fall asleep, and then people always know. They're like, "Oh, is she okay? Like she's sleeping, like she's passed out." And they're like, "No, she's fine." No,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'll
Just needs a
have
nap.
no, but honestly, I just have a nap.
Yeah.
I have a sleep, and then I'm fine, and then
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just carry on drinking.
For me, sometimes I
Round
wake
two,
up.
round two.
People
Sometimes I
get-
wake up from the nap
yeah.
worse.
No,
You
I'm
go
always
through-
like invigorated.
No,
after
no,
doing
through
that.
everything.
we're not talking about it. We're not
Don't
talking
talk
about
about
it.
it.
We're not talking about what
This
happens
guy,
when I
bro.
get.
I could sleep anywhere. That's like my skill. I'm not even kidding. I've slept like standing up.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
like
new.
and like
I'm a good sleeper, but not like that.
I sleep anywhere.
How
Really?
does that
And I'm
work?
amazed. Like everyone's always amazed
That's
by my
creepy to me.
sleeping.
Yeah, that's nice.
No, but like when I've had like on the tube, you're
Oh,
standing
that's
up and
what
you're
you-
like
okay,
that.
yeah. Like
not
on the
not
pole.
like just like
No, I just like you're drinking that and you just suddenly.
no,
just
like when you're leaning
shut
on
down.
something, you're like
Okay,
kind
okay.
of standing
Yeah,
up.
When you're
Yeah.
comfortable, basically.
Yeah.
Like midway through conversation, you just start.
Yeah.
I think my best situation was where I think we were back in university and we were basically doing a project, and I was just laying back on my chair and I fell asleep. What the fuck is that?
What was
Oh,
that?
God, bro. I swear, sometimes I feel like this studio is haunted.
Nah, it is.
But yeah, what's it called?
Like feng shui.
I was actually just leaning back on my chair and I was tired, right? I closed my eyes, I fell asleep. I woke up and I just saw someone like our course mates taking pictures of me. Because
Yeah, people take photos
Everyone
of
take pictures of you, bro, when you're drunk, mate.
I know.
I wasn't drunk, bro.
Oh, okay.
What the
Just
heck?
having my tactical nap. Okay.
Tactical, yeah.
I just fell asleep.
Everything's tactical.
Oh,
Tactical.
man.
No, we did a project actually in university where we tried to test out Asian flush.
What the flush?
So yeah, we called it
fun.
What the Flush, and basically what we did was we drank whiskey shots. Was it whiskey? No, Bailey shots every 5 minutes.
Oh,
By the
like
end of it,
Centurion, right?
yeah.
You drink every hour. Right?
It was we was gone after
Hell.
like 5-6 shots. It was disgusting.
Yeah, it wasn't even strong one. It was Bailey's, no?
But we literally
Baileys
our
is
bodies
strong,
were just.
though.
Is it strong?
Yeah,
I thought Baileys were
quite
weak.
strong.
I don't remember. What they are like?
I don't know what percentages. I haven't got my phone list somewhere.
I used to think I was a heavy
Left it.
drinker because every time like before we went out, I would down absolute vodka, 40%, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll get fucked. I was like, yeah, but I down 40%. It's because I fucking drank so much in that moment. It felt like I was heavy. Technically, even if I just downed a bit of soda or something, I would have got drunk anyway. Do you
Yeah, no, you would have.
know what I mean? Like it's getting drunk on something heavy, right? You're just drinking loads.
I
And
can't keep up with this the UK culture with the drinking
Oh,
culture.
they drink
they're
so much.
My colleagues are like, I got colleagues out here, right? Whenever they got the free time, they jump into the pub and they're drinking on their own.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Do you know what they need to do? Just introduce snacks and like Asian snacks.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
that's
mean?
the
Like
thing.
just
you need some food.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I don't like in terms of like Eastern culture or Western culture, when you meet up with someone in the UK, you only drink.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
yeah,
meet
yeah.
up for just a drink.
Yeah.
Whereas in like Eastern culture, it's like, no, let's meet up for food and drink.
Yeah.
Like it's like drink is revolving around food.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's what's important. You have to eat, right?
Yeah.
You got to soak up the alcohol.
Asia has beer food. Like I think
Exactly.
Yeah,
Korea,
Asia's
We have
Korea
good
has food called beer
we've got
food
Yeah.
good
that you eat
drinking
alongside it.
food. Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think like what like UK, what you get, like a Scotch egg or like a scampi fry, like that's not a meal.
That's not it.
It's
That's
a
not
meal.
it. Exactly.
Well, sometimes I'm at the pub and I'm sneaking sweets from the corner shops.
Yeah.
Or just something from the corner
That
shops.
peanut something. Just give me
I know.
something. Do you have any questions for us? Because I feel like we've done quite a.
Yeah. What made you want to start this podcast?
Oh, that's a long story, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like if you break it down, it could be like, where do we begin? Like, so back in university, that's when me and Kevin met, and obviously we chilled together. And whenever we met up with friends, they'd kind of encourage us like to start something together because we were always bickering. I'll be honest with you, we were always bickering about something.
Yeah.
So our friends would encourage like, why don't you guys start a YouTube channel or something? And we would always have these ideas to start something together with our other like some of our other friends. But it would be like a whole like night, like all nighter or something where we're like, oh yeah, let's do this. Oh, this is such a sick idea. It's an amazing idea. And then the very next day we just forget about it.
Yeah.
So we never actually got anything started when we were in university. But I think maybe about around a year ago, Ken was like, for some reason, you have to explain why you decided. Oh,
Well, I was
going
going to say, reading your book, that's when I guess the whole idea really came from, because like just having someone that I could relate to, someone, if I had that person back then when I was back in Blackpool, someone because I'm my only child, so if I could, and the only people that were like in my area were just even my cousins that were like of color, people of color, and so if I had someone like this or the podcast that could relate to me, then that'd be amazing, right? So that's why I kind of really made this podcast.
Yeah. So he started up, and then we had I was kind of like, do I really want, like, because to be fair, this studio was kind of far for me, and I wasn't exactly 100% sure if I could be fully a part of it. So I was kind of more of just a guest at the beginning. But eventually, I think what was like a 4 or 5 months into it, I was like, you know what, I'll just jump on it. And
also like after the COVID thing, I feel like in the UK especially, it's so represented, like the Asian community.
Yeah.
Everything's all in America.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the UK representation?
Yeah.
And we always get these comments like, oh, I've never heard Asians speak like this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's always from people outside of the UK.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like literally, I think I just saw a comment earlier, like, where was it? Please don't tell me I deleted it. I was literally looking at what was it? Someone literally said something about our accent.
Yeah, it's always
Literally
about accent.
It's always about the
like-
accent, yeah.
It was like such a mystery to them.
Yeah.
And,
but that's the thing, everyone outside of UK think we speak like Victoria, like,
Queen
oh,
of
one
posh.
has a cup of tea. Like no one speaks like that. Come on.
Nobody speaks like that. Let's be
Unless
real.
you're like, a massive Tory or something. Like no one speaks like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's such a multicultural city. Like, well, UK is so multicultural. Like, so many different accents, like Northern, Bristolian, West accent. And I think it's a big mix. That's the thing that also like really frustrated me as well when I was writing, is that there wasn't like anything about the UK experience.
No,
it
there
was
wasn't.
always, like you said, like it's all US experience. And as much as I related to it to a point, like it's always about like, the Asian American experience, which has similarities, but it's very different to the UK. And like you said, I never really felt a community. And I didn't feel as strong as it was, especially when all these anti-Asian hate crimes that were happening in the US. But the fact that they were able to kind of bond together quickly, but also able to bond so strongly because they had such big communities already, because they had such big, like well-established Chinatowns already happening, like in New York, San Fran, and LA. Whereas here is like so dispersed, and it's because of Chinese takeaways again, because. That's why it feels really lonely. It doesn't feel like we have a big community network, like as a one point. It's because we're all kind of dispersed, because all the Asian families like spread off. They don't want to be in competition with one another. That's why we had a bit like Blackpool and Edinburgh or wherever. And I think it never really felt like a big community together. And now, like, the internet exists and online exists. We're able to bond together more, which is really amazing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's it's been a good chat.
That's great.
We'll just hit my belly. It will just hit my belly.
No, I did not hear
So
it.
we go banana hiding.
Yeah.
I always just do this. It just makes me feel more comfortable.
No,
having
I
this
get it.
thing.
It's something to
Yeah.
do with your hands, you know. You're like,
Yeah.
what do I do with my hands?
Because otherwise I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what to do.
Like,
I
Like,
literally just peeled off my plaster from my finger here. I had nothing else to do. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on.
No, thanks
It's
for
been a
having
very
me.
great chat.
Yeah, it's been a great chat.
pleasure, and yeah, thank you.
Very
Yeah, would you like
insightful as well.
to shout out any of your Instagram handles?
Yeah, it's Angela Hui with an extra I because someone stole my name. So no, it's like, you know, I have like, I'm on that handle, but there's
Yeah.
just like this
Someone's
account
already got
that's just like, why are you using
Yeah,
that?
why exactly? Why are you
Like,
using
you're
it?
not even using it. Yeah, so it's Angela Hui with an extra I.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay, when it's posted, we're going to add you as a tag and
Exactly.
as a
Yeah,
collaborator
that's
as well.
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
This has been Budget Partners. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Yeah.